Welcome to Beyond the Document, the podcast from Formpipe, where we discuss everything that is output, document and customer communication management. Today I'm joined by Patrick Carl of Portal Systems. Welcome to the podcast, Patrick.
Hi Ben, thanks for having me here.
Yeah, great to see you. Now, Portal Systems clearly state that you work in the ECM and DMS space. So what exactly do you do? And from your perspective, what do you do day to day, Patrick?
So Portal Systems is an ISV, an independent software vendor based in Germany. And we are providing ECM and DMS, or enterprise content management and document management solutions, built on top of Microsoft 365 and SharePoint Online. So whenever SharePoint Online isn't enough for the customer requirements, that's where we come in and bring more sophisticated solutions for our clients. And my role as board member of Portal Systems is to be responsible for the sales team and for the partner management. So I work with our clients, connect with them, and bridge the gap between their requirements and our solutions and find the matching clients for us, and also identify partners for us which work with us and use our solutions and our software for their clients.
Fantastic. So you sit on what I call the sharp side of the business, where I sit too, where the commercial numbers are ultimately what matters.
Exactly. Find the clients and provide the right offers for them and convince them and get the team up and running for that, and then address to the next one and find the next one. That's the task of my team.
Yeah, fantastic. Lovely. Good. It sounds like an exciting and wide-ranging role, and perfect for what we're going to talk about today, because I'd really like to get your insights into this marketplace where we see core platforms such as Microsoft 365 becoming more and more critical to organizations, especially as we see those platforms then tying in other systems. I know our own experience at Formpipe, we have Dynamic CE as our CRM, and I can see the picture in my mind where a number of different systems feed into CE, but then equally we have a lot of data going out into other systems or repositories or external communications. So where do you see that evolution of the core market?
Absolutely. I can totally confirm this. And from my experience and from my understanding and what I see in the market is that Microsoft 365 is now a standard tool. So, of course, everybody contacting us has this because that's a requirement for our solution, and our marketing is guiding the right companies to us. But it's really rarely, even in Germany, that clients don't use M365 or SharePoint Online or don't have Teams. So it's really a commodity. And as you said, the clients tried, or the organizations try to get more and more value of it and try to consolidate and to use this more and more. And of course, with the broad offering of Microsoft in the cloud, you mentioned Dynamics 365 as a different service. It's there, and the better it's integrated, the more easy it's for the client to get value of it. So, and we totally agree with this, and we are also convinced that is the right way to go for the clients, not because we are selling the solutions on top of the space, but we see the large benefits coming from it. So, and that's why we also said, or we use M365 as the base for our solutions, because we say it's a very powerful platform. It helps to reduce silos in the organization. It helps to bring in data and documents together. And it's what I also see as a shift in the ECM industry. It's one platform for all. So previously, you also mentioned different repositories. You had one repository for your invoices. Perhaps in larger organizations, you had a different repository for the contracts. And then the departments used their file share or their on-prem SharePoint there. And now all this can come to Microsoft 365 and be one enterprise content management platform. That's a large game changer, I think.
I agree. And those of us who have been in the business for 15, 20 years, that siloed information is a way that so many people used to get stuck. And I do think if you fully adopt a platform in the way that you're talking about there, it does make business a lot easier. It brings efficiencies. We've actually got a client who talk about their use of the 365 platform and CE in particular, and they call it their single pane that they look through for customer data, right? The single pane, the single window. And I love that analogy.
Yeah, absolutely. And document behave in every application. Documents behave the same. They have the same functionality. They have the same possibilities for the user to share, to interact, to collaborate, or to chat with them via Copilot. It all works when you are using M365 as your platform and as your document storage for that. Yeah,
fantastic. So then this takes us on. We have that core platform integral within our business and so important. But then we look at how we can accelerate the way that we develop and grow. And for me, I think idea generation or ideation, which is a word that I only learned a couple of weeks ago, by the way. So ideation and innovation just moves at such a faster pace than it ever has done before. And I know we recently got together in Brighton, and an idea in a blue sky thinking session can suddenly be played out almost in reality a lot quicker than before. So how do you see that development and the pace that it's going at within your industry?
Yeah, of course, it's very fascinating and exciting. And as I'm a curious person and I work with technology for 25 years now, it's really great to see what is possible now, what wasn't even thinkable 3 years ago.
Yes.
So, for example, I just looked up, when was ChatGPT released? I don't know, but 2 years ago. So, and
wow.
Now it's my daily usage, or one of my tools I work daily with, and with my daily business. And of course, as I'm also in a certain strategic role at Portal Systems, I also see some challenges because, of course, our organization needs to take up the speed, and all the people in our organization need to be on speed and be aware of changes and new technologies. And so I like to say digitization doesn't stop for the software industry. It's also a challenge for us to be up to date there. But as you said, it's so much easier to try out things, to use technology, which is there. So when you think of 10 years ago, it was a hassle to set up a SharePoint server and to get something running and to try out and to use it. And now it's just a few clicks and it's there in a global available multi-tenant infrastructure. It's great. Or when you think of AI technology coming to the end user. So, okay, bring in your document, chat with the document, or now there are features to extract metadata in SharePoint. Create a new site, create a library, make some configuration, and I can't imagine, or I can barely imagine what is happening in the background, what web services are interacting with together, what technology. It's just where, and it's working out of the box. It's really great to, and this is, exciting, fascinating. But we also need to be capable and to be ready to leave our comfort zone and do things differently than we did in the past. So, and that's for organizations, for vendors, for programmers, for consultants, and also for salespeople, of course. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I was on a call with one of our technical colleagues a couple of weeks ago, and he was telling me an idea. And I tend to learn visually. And he said, "I'll tell you what, I'll go away and then I'll show you." And literally within an hour, he built a script and he was showing me the idea that he'd been talking me through. And I'm just like, this is fantastic. You know, if we can develop at this pace, what we can achieve is kind of limitless to a certain degree.
Yeah, and we are just in the beginning. Yeah,
we are. Yes, yeah. I'll hopefully get to the end of my career though. Now, how does that development be impacted by cloud first or anywhere first tactics? I mean, we're 5 years on from COVID impacting the world and the business world to such a great degree, and that definitely drove the adoption of new practices quite quickly, which I believe, and we were talking before we started recording about the efficiency that some changes made to desk job workers. But how does cloud first impact on what you see within the market?
I think it's the cloud first, and the cloud shift and the transition from the clients was something almost similar to the AI shift we are now facing. It was started a few years ago. We at Portal Systems decided about we discussed and reviewed cloud technologies, or we took care where to put our data, what systems to use, and cloud solutions weren't really broadly accepted in the market before the pandemic. So, and then COVID changed it, because then it was a need and a requirement to have remote workers to work together over cloud solutions and to provide information, data, and documents to your organization, which was now spread over and everybody was working from home. So this helped us, of course, to get this adoption and to trigger the clients and the organizations to shift to the cloud. But now everybody has accepted this and also is benefiting from this value that comes from that. And I also see it in my family, for example. I've got 2 daughters, teenagers, and they are internet native people. So they are adopting it more and more. And when I take a look here, you can work simultaneously on a document. It was great for me when I started working in the beginning of 2000. Yeah, it was not thinkable. And they said, "Yeah, why? What do you mean? Yeah, that's state of the art. Everybody is doing that. What do you want? Yeah, what is the thing?" And that's really something. And we also see a shift in our markets that the clients are now consolidating in the cloud. They don't do renewals of software or new versions in on-premises environment. They want to go to the cloud with it, and that's the future for them to face the challenges and have infrastructure available.
Yeah,
that's what they need for their business demands.
And I know we're here to talk about business, but it is interesting with younger generations. I also have 2 teenage daughters, and a lot of my tech knowledge is thanks to them, even though I work within technology. But the other day, we had a problem with our Wi-Fi, and they didn't understand about the physical element of the Wi-Fi. For them, connectivity is just something that happens. They don't realize there's a box in a room in the house, which I found that amazing. and you just touched on there, Patrick, you mentioned for the first time AI. And obviously, when we're talking around this subject, we need to cover AI. I always smile when people mention AI, but don't mention machine learning or automation as well. But I noticed that you do. So maybe you can touch on all those 3 terms and again, how you see that impacting the development and the possibility of what we can achieve.
Okay, I think of an example I can give you here. We had contact with a client from the plastics industry, which was a carve out from a larger enterprise. And they contacted us end of 2022, where they had the first thoughts. And of course, such a carve out and a merger combination is usually a strategic discussion, and they need to prepare things. And this client then decided, of course, to go to, I say, of course, naturally to go to M365 as a platform, because, hey, we can just book the service and we don't need to deal with any infrastructure topics, and we have a modern platform for our new organization. So, and this new company was then founded in April 2023. And they, of course, had different challenges and different IT systems they used from a existing structure, and they need to replace and build up from ERP with SAP, for example, or document management and many, or exchange, email, communication, and what you all think about it. So, and they had a quite strict timeline. They said, okay, we need to be on our new document management solution until September 2023. So 6 months time from the founding of the company.
That's good.
So, and usually, I don't know how your clients are, but usually you don't get the purchase order on 2nd of April when the company is newly founded. They need to take time for it, they need to review it, and then they have some formal processes. So we were quite confident that we get this offer. It was a document management solution for quality management, so also business critical, because when you aren't certified or you can't provide quality, you have a problem with your clients when you want to send them sell them your products. So we got the order in July, and usually, or good that we are that this stays with us, not goes out to the market. But usually, we, as a vendor, you would say, okay, yeah, we will try our best to get the system up and running in 3 months. But you internally thought, no, that's not possible, because you as a client will not be that fast enough. So no problem on my side, problem on your side. So, but in this case, we could bring in our solution, which also incorporates best practices and has the processes integrated into the solution. So we don't we just we got directly into the implementation phase for the project, and the client said, yeah, that's what we need. You know what we need and what the processes should look like, and we will adopt and adapt to this. And so we had the solution up and running in September, so on time. Yeah, it was a successful rollout to 2,000 users. And what I'm really happy, or what I'm really proud of, is the exchange migration took longer. So they had still used the old email accounts with the old domain or with the previously used domain, but they are already on the new document management system provided by our team. And that was really a great example how quick this implementation could be done. And now when we think of, now they have the relevant content for quality management in M365, and now AI comes with Copilot, for example. So now they can ask questions, and they can have new colleagues in the teams who have have a basic understanding, and they can, hey, how do I do this? Where can I find information about this topic? And they can just interact and chat with this documents and with this large knowledge which is residing in M365 now. Yeah.
And as ever with most projects, proof that if the client can move quickly, us ISVs can definitely move at the speed of the client. I agree with you. Normally the thing that holds a project up is the client not being able to answer questions or provide the data that's required. So it's great to hear about a fast-moving project delivered on time as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now we're coming to the end of 2024, Patrick. So what's next for Portal? What's big in 2025 for you guys?
Yeah, we have, I think, different key topics we are working on and we are investing on. Of course, number one is AI. So we have to, but explained previously, I also see that this is really a game changer for the ECM industry, because it allows us to create much more value of our unstructured information, which we manage in our ECM solutions. So that will be important also to integrate this into workflows to help this build up decisions or to assist in workflows, to check documents, to approve documents. That's really something very important for us, and also something that our clients are asking for. The next thing on the strategic area is for us to build up our partner ecosystem. That's why I'm very happy to be here, because for us, it's cooperation is a key.
Yes.
To be successful in the more and more sophisticated technology world. We can't do everything. We need to find the right people in the right organization to provide the best solutions. And that's where we also see this, for example, in the combination between Dynamics and Microsoft 365, to have partners there using our ECM technology to enhance their ERP or CE solutions and to provide value to the clients by having one pane, as you mentioned previously, to all data, to all documents. Doesn't matter if it's from Dynamics or from the ECM system in Microsoft 365, to bring this together. And so it will also be important for us to see, okay, how Microsoft will develop and what we will provide, and to always have an open eye on it and see, okay, what is there helpful for our clients, for our users, and what we can incorporate in our solutions there. That's also something we are always aware of.
A busy year then, a lot planned.
As usually, it doesn't get boring. That's what we say.
That's my usual answer. Yeah, it's never boring. Well, Patrick, it's been a real pleasure to have you on the podcast today. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much, Ben. It was really fun to talk with you and have this discussion. Thank you very much.
Thank you also to you for listening to Beyond the Document. If you're interested in what Patrick Carl and his colleagues at Portal do, then please visit portalsystems.de. That's DE at the end, it's a German domain. I'm Ben Saxton. Catch you next time on Beyond the Document.